And as the world's focus remains on Iran, tonight we are putting the spotlight on a forgotten crisis. It's been more than 6 months since a ceasefire was declared, but for the people in Gaza, the conditions on the ground continue to worsen. Gaza is shrinking while the woes of the Gazans are expanding as time passes by. Despite expectations of a transition towards recovery, the territory has instead seen expanding military buffer zones, persistent violence, and a deepening humanitarian crisis. That has left 90% of the population entirely dependent on humanitarian aid. Israel's ever-evolving yellow line, the buffer zone, was supposed to be temporary and was poised to expand steadily. Instead, it has consumed more land and compressed the population of Gaza into an even smaller space. What started out as a military demarcation has quickly transformed into the single most powerful force shaping daily life in Gaza. In fact, according to local and international agencies, around 90% of Gaza's population now relies on humanitarian assistance. Large parts of the territory remain devastated, with many families living in temporary shelters or tents. Children growing up in heartbreaking conditions. Aid deliveries have increased under the ceasefire but remain limited relative to the scale of the need and the crisis. The political arrangements expected to follow the truce are yet to take shape. A proposed administrative body backed by Donald Trump and announced with a lot of fanfare, the so-called Board of Peace. Where is it? It's yet to establish a visible presence on the ground clearly. And its absence has raised crucial questions about whether the plan to hand over governance of Gaza was ever fully achievable or realistic, or if it has been overtaken by events elsewhere in the region. Meanwhile, Hamas continues to maintain a presence in parts of the territory and has not disarmed, complicating efforts to move to a second phase of that agreement. Violence has also continued. Israeli forces have continued to carry out strikes, saying they target perceived threats, including individuals approaching restricted areas near the buffer zone. According to local reports, hundreds have been killed since the ceasefire started, with a significant number of casualties occurring near these boundaries.
A group of young people were sitting on the ground as usual while Israel conducted a reconnaissance operation. Suddenly, they were targeted in a drone strike without any reason.
The one who tells you the war is over is a liar. The one who tells you there is a ceasefire is a liar. The one who tells you we are living is a liar. We are not living, we are living under fire. Every day there are stray bullets. Every day there is fear. We are living in constant terror.
With much of the territory either damaged or off limits, more than 2 million people are now concentrated into a fraction of the strip, further straining the limited resources and services in the region. Take a listen in.
Because of the lack of gas and firewood and the difficult conditions we're living through, we resort to using a kerosene stove that's over 60 years old. I have 10 family members, and I rely on this stove, which barely covers our needs in the current situation.
Similar buffer zones have emerged in other regional flashpoints, including southern Lebanon and parts of Syria. And it raises concern among analysts that such arrangements could become a longer-term feature of the conflict landscape. For now, at least, the ceasefire remains in place just in name. And without clear progress towards an actual political resolution or reconstruction, as international attention shifts elsewhere, the conditions on the ground in Gaza continue to worsen for the people. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.